We'd been in the DRZ less than an hour when I felt it. The hair on my arms lifted, the weight of eyes in the trees. The enforcer was tailing us, always does once you cross the dead zone. Doesn't show himself, just that pressure in the fog, like the woods are holding their breath. Jim puffed his cigar and muttered, "Big fella's pacing us." I didn't disagree. The map said our objective was a place labeled the Hollow Gate. Old survey marks, scratch notes, and one word underlined twice, nest. Missing hikers had last been spotted near here. We followed the creek bed until the ground opened into a clearing. The air was wrong. No birds, no insects, just the whisper of something breathing inside the rock face ahead. Dozens of pale shapes slid out of the cave mouth. Hollows, tall and thin, their gray skin stretched too tight over bone. No eyes, no noses, just gaping mouths that split open impossibly wide, packed with rows of razor-sharp teeth like a shark's. They moved like broken marionettes, jerking, crawling low, limbs too long. Then they screamed in unison. "Contact!" I barked. Jim already had his blade in one hand, sidearm in the other. First hollow hit me square in the chest. I planted a boot in its ribs and heard something snap. Gunfire thundered in the trees. We fought shoulder to shoulder, knifing, firing, fists cracking against bone that felt brittle and hollow as driftwood. They came in waves. 10, 15, I lost count. One raked claws across my arm, another drove me to the dirt before Jim split its skull open with steel. My knuckles were raw, my sidearm smoking, and still they poured out. Then the ground shook. The enforcer stepped into the clearing, massive silhouette framed in fog. Hollows screeched and swarmed him. He moved like a tank. One swipe of his arm snapped three in half. He grabbed another by the leg and beat it against the ground until it was pulp. Every strike sent shockwaves through the clearing. Jim and I pressed back into the fight, turning the chaos into slaughter. 20, maybe 25 of them fell before the survivors froze, screeched and scuttled back into the cave mouth. Silence dropped like a curtain. The enforcer looked at us once, those white eyes burning through the mist, then melted into the tree line. Gone, like he'd never been. I spat blood, wiped grime off my rifle stock. Jim leaned on his blade, breathing hard. The cave mouth still yawned ahead, black and endless. We started to move toward it. Then the forest roared. A pine tree the size of a missile came hurtling out of the dark. It slammed across the entrance, snapping stone and burying the gap under a rain of dirt and needles. Jim gave me a look, cigar still burning between his teeth. "Think we just wore out our welcome?" I scanned the tree line, chambered around, and nodded. Negative on further penetration, mission complete, time to exfil. We left the hollow gate in silence, the forest closing behind us.